Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Tuesday, 13th of December 2022. 13th December is celebrated as National Cocoa Day. In 13th of December, it is always remembered as Indian Parliament attack by the two terrorist group that were maybe Lashkar Toiba and Jaish Mohammed. So starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that External Affairs Minister Dr. S. J. Shankar to attend United Nations Security Council meeting on multilateral reform and terrorism. The Hindu newspaper also states that Russia offers India help in leasing and building large capacity ships to overcome G7's oil price cap. The Hindu newspaper also states that just a half a month worth of GST compensation is pending to status for final month of GST compensation regime. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says. Indian Express newspaper states that Indian-Chinese soldier engaged in Tawang face of minor injuries to both sides. The incident came days after China expressed objection to Operation Yudh Abhyas, an Indian United States joint military exercise at Auli in the Uttarakhand hills, claiming it was a violation of 1993 and 1996 border agreements. Indian Express newspaper also states that in the first 5 years, Delhi sees no smog episodes in October-November analysis. This year, Delhi recorded 2 consecutive days when the AQI was served in the first week of November. Central Pollution Control Board data shows. Hindustan Times newspaper also states that opposition targets over a clash along LAC routes in Parliament likely. Hindustan Times newspaper also states that Supreme Court collegium are likely to recommend more picks after new appointment. Hindustan Times newspapers also states that Indian Air Force allows a woman to join its elite Grand Commando Force. Going towards the national news, including Road Transport Ministry to launch a surety bonds insurance product for infrastructure sector. 100% work from home allowed for employees of ITs unit as in special economic zones. Rajya Sabha clears a wildlife protection amendment bill to strengthen the protection of endangered species and raise punishment for illegal trade in wildlife. Greater Chennai Corporation launched World Bank's flagship Gender Toolkit. Some economy news, including Reserve Bank of India signs currency sweep agreement with the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy. CMIE says rural India adds 4.3 million jobs in November. Marginal rise in employment in urban India. ADB approves 780 million United States dollar loan to expand Chennai Metro Rail network. Electoral bonds worth rupees 676 crore sold during a 23rd phase in November. Some world news including European Union Court rules Google must delete inaccurate search results. White House supports the passage of bill that eliminates per country quota on green cards. United Kingdom Trade Minister in India kickstart a new round of FTA talks. Security Kimi Badenoch. G7 countries support India's G20 presidency. At last, there's a famous quotation by an American motivational speaker and an author. Is known by his famous name, Dr. Robert Schuller. He had a weekly hour of power. He had acted in some television programs which were come on television weekly since 1970. Dr. Robert Schuller states that sure, tough times never last, but tough people do. Okay, thank you.